So, back in the day, we would go to the local Kmart, local record store, and we would get these things called records, LPs, vinyl, giant poster size artwork, and we'd bring them home, and we would very carefully open them and pull out the vinyl. It's very fragile, so you have to you don't want to touch the grooves, and you'd the artwork. You see, there's these liner notes, and we'll talk about the liner notes in a minute, because that's a separate conversation. So you take the album out. In this case, this is the Atomic Opera's first album for madmen only. And it's lime green, because of course it is. They were always black back in the day. So on one side it has the Atomic Opera stained glass thing, and then on the other side it has it broken like it is on the back of the album artwork. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to pretend like we put this on the turntable and then lifted up the needle and put it right before it, clunk, and then spinning. You're watching it. For some reason, you just watch it. You just watch it spin, and it's going to play the record. And while the record plays, then you'd look at the album artwork, and you'd read the liner notes. And in this case, there's all of the who did what's, and there's some extra photos, and there's even photos of the cassettes, because this was also released on cassette. And then I wrote another little paragraph, liner notes, that talk about the joys of listening to albums on vinyl. It's like you would just sit there and you would just listen to the record, and it was this warm feeling. It was like this whole experience of immersing yourself in the music. And anyway, that's where I learned to love music, listen to music. And the song Joyride on the For Madmen Only album, people don't necessarily know this, but when it says when I'm in the right groove, I'm actually making a reference to that idea of being in the groove where the music happens, the point of time that the needle is in the groove in the record and it's spinning, and that's where the music happens. So it's like life in this moment is where life is when I'm in the right groove. And then the rest of the lyrics are kind of talking about the things that pull you out of that groove. That's kind of what that song is about. So it's only fitting that this album and that song would finally be released on vinyl. The very metaphor that drove the lyrics. And now the whole thing makes sense. Maybe it makes sense now. So yeah, then you got to put it, when you're done listening, you got to put it back in. And I haven't had the nerve to I've left the plastic on at this point, because I don't want to get fingerprints all over that black artwork. So we got the original Atomic Opera artwork there on the front and on the back, and it kind of blew up nice. It got big nice. It was all made. Sorry, you can't see that. There we go. It's got that of the band, and I'm telling you to hush. Shh. So, yeah, for Madmen Only, and then also the Alpha and Oranges. These both showed up at the same time, and it's pretty exciting to me. This cover here is I call it Picasso Jesus, and then I did this Picasso looking background behind it. And so this is originally I was commissioned to make a poster for the Houston Choral Society, and they were doing a modern piece, and so I made that Jesus, a modern sacred piece. So I made that Picasso Jesus for them, but I still owned it. So I used it again for the Alpha and Oranges artwork, and that's pretty cool. And then on the back is one of my favorite pictures of the band that I don't think we ever used for anything. So it's we're all just kind of sitting in the middle of the West Texas desert, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, I got my dream come true. I got Atomic Opera's first, well, they're the earliest recordings. It's the first and the third album, but they are the earliest recordings because Alpha and Oranges is outtakes from demos and recording sessions that were part of For Mad Men Only. So there you have it. You can pick these up where things are sold, I think. Anyway, find them. They're fun. I'm having fun. Now I just got to get a turntable to play them on.